Back to one of the top stories that we're tracking for you this hour. 4 suspects, of course, arrested in connection with terrorism-related charges expected in court this morning. They were arrested over the weekend. Hawks Spokesperson Hangwani Mulaudzi joins us from our Pretoria studios for an update on the story. Good morning to you, Hangwani. Thanks for your time this morning. Firstly, you had been tracking these suspects for about a year. What finally led to their arrest?
No, thank you for having us. Look, we're working closely with our intelligence community. They are the ones who actually gave us this information. And as such, there was a project that was registered from the Hawks point of view in terms of making sure that we track the movements and whatever they do, these 4. And at the same time, it was also incumbent upon us to make sure that we also expand our investigations to see if these 4 suspects that we managed to arrest, they did not have any links within the country. So that is still an ongoing investigation, because we believe that there is more to it than these 4 that were only arrested on Saturday.
Which terror groups in particular do you believe that they had perhaps been working with?
Look, we're not at liberty now to divulge such, because that is very, very sensitive information. The fact of the matter is that these 4, we believe that they are forming part and parcel of a group that has been engaged in terrorist activities. I mean, everybody would know that, the buzzword now, it's about ISIS, but we cannot confirm or deny that they were forming part and parcel of that formation. But what is critical for us is that whatever comes through, whatever information that comes through to us that links anybody to this kind of activities, it is critical that we should act as soon as possible. But with these ones, we wanted to make sure that with the project that we had registered, we wanted to make sure that we track them and see if they can be able to lead us to further or more suspects on this thing.
Hangwani, when you talk about the fact that they were related in terrorism-related activities, if I'm quoting Ndlemeza correct here, can you expand a little bit on that for us? Take us into your confidence. What are we really talking about here?
Look, we're talking about people who have got extremist thinking. They are the ones who we know for a fact that they were trying to fly out of South Africa to Syria to go and join a terrorist group there for training. There's also allegations that after the training they will be coming back to the country. So hence we had to make sure that before they even fly off, in fact they were actually on their way to Syria, where we able to speak to the airline that they were going to use at that time and inform them of their intentions, and they could not, they were unable to fly out of the country. So there's a lot of things that we managed to seize, that also suggest this kind of activities. So those are the issues that we're saying at this stage. We're unfortunately not in a position to divulge anything, but as and when this case continues, this is some of the information that you will be able to get as to why we came to that decision.
Hangwani, there have been previous reports around South Africa being a soft target and a safe haven for terror groups who want to breed cells and also recruit. How are you, as the Hawks, responding to this threat?
Like I said from the beginning, we're working very closely with our intelligence community, and I think it's a wrong perception altogether to say South Africa is just a safe haven for these terrorist extremists. We are on the ground in 24 hours. We are checking and making sure that any information that comes to us, we deal with it as and when it comes. But at the same time, it is also incumbent, upon communities, our citizens, that if they see anything untoward, they should actually inform the police. But in serious terms, the South African Police Service, crime intelligence, state security, including ourselves, we are working very much closely in terms of monitoring these activities. And we just want to send a stern warning as well, to say any formations of such cells within our country, they will be squashed as soon as possible.
Given the fact that this is 4 people that have been taken into custody, which you've been tracking for a year, I mean, do you believe that you will be making more arrests in connection with the same kind of charges?
Well, we are very much hopeful that there will be there's a possibility of more arrest. Our investigations, they don't stop, they continue. You would recall as well that there was some alerts that were made, by the UK and the USA governments regarding regarding these terrorist activities. That is also forming part and parcel of that investigation. It is a separate investigation. It's not linked to this one. So it shows that when it comes to issues of terrorism, we're taking them very seriously. And we're working very closely with all, the intelligence communities, because we are part and parcel of the global, of the global world. So if any information, whether it comes from the UK or whether it's Canada or anywhere, we deal with it. And we found that if there is anything that we have to, if there's any chance of any arrest, we will effect them. But critically is the fact that South Africa is safe and the South African citizens must feel safe. We are on the ground and we will make sure that this kind of activities, they don't come to our country.
And Hangwani, can you tell us perhaps about the specific charges that these suspects are facing?
Well, the charges that they're going to be facing are terrorism-related charges. We're also going to be charging them with the contravention of the Firearms Control Act, because we managed to find some ammunition and stun grenades in one of the houses. So these are the charges that we will be furthering this morning.
All right, that's where we'll leave it for now. Hangwani Mulaudzi.